love all my hoes. Break it up. Break it down. Bag it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fuck all my hoes. Break it up.
Honestly, I just hate it when someone puts you on red and you're just like, bitch, I don't need to fuck with you, but I do want to fuck with you. What's up? It's your girl, Kanisha, and I don't know why I'm saying it's your girl, Kanisha, because I have one fucking follower, and it's my friend Morgan, so what's good, Morgan? Anyways, I want to do a story time today, even though Morgan's probably going to be the only person that sees it, but I don't give a fuck, because I thought that this would be funny for myself to, like, look back on. So my story time today is my first kiss. Now you're probably sitting there like, girl, everybody's first kiss is a fucking shit show, but my first kiss, I almost got my ass beat. I almost got my ass beat over this first kiss, which now that I'm looking back in reality, the guy should have been the one to get his ass beat into the ground, because what he did was, like, honestly, we were kids, so he was just being a kid, but it was a fucking shitty thing to do, especially after he knew I was gonna get my ass beat. I do not remember how old I was on the summer before grade 7, but basically, story behind me moving to my friend's house was we were super good friends from grade 4, like, all the way to grade 7, and she ended up moving away, and I was devastated by it because, like, this girl is my best friend. I haven't really had... What the fuck is that? I haven't really had a lot of friends like her. I honestly... No. I have had no friends like Brooke since I've met her and since I've moved away from Manitoba. But she was my best friend. And I really loved her. When she moved away, I was devastated because I was like, yo, nobody knows me the way that Brooke does. No one knows, like, everything about me and my family and our struggles and my struggles. And yeah, so I was like, yo, we should link up, have a weekend together. And her mom, I love her mom. Her mom was like, yeah, come over, you can spend the weekend with us. And I really did not want to go home after the weekend. And they didn't want me to go home after the weekend. So I ended up spending a week. They invited me to, you know, stay a week instead. So I stayed the week, and then her mom, who is literally so fucking nice, was like, you know what? You should move in. I love having you here. You should move in. And I was over the moon because the place that I lived before was a very small town with not even a Tim Hortons. Like, there was nothing to do. Although looking back, there was a bunch of shit to do, like swimming, hiking, a bunch of shit. But as a kid who wanted to go to the mall with my friends and go to the movies and go to fucking Dairy Queen and McDonald's, like the little fat ass I was back then, I was like, yes, like, I will move in with you guys. Yeah, so my dad, who was very sick at the time, and my mom was like, yo, I'm going to come pick you up tomorrow because things are taking a turn for the worst. And she was like, we're going to drive all the way to Edmonton from Manitoba, and we're going to go visit him. And so I was like, okay, yeah, like, we're going to go visit my dad. And when they picked me up, it actually turned out that throughout the night he had passed away. Devastated by it. I was devastated because I had just gotten my dad back and he had passed away. And when I got back from all of that and from the funerals and from the family, school still hadn't started. And, you know, I begged my mom. I was like, please let me move in with them. Like, I don't want to be living where I'm living. I don't want people to look at me like I'm some sort of victim because I lost my dad. I don't want people to treat me differently. And I already hate the place that we're living, so please, let me move. And my mom was like, yeah, you know what, you can move in with them. If this is what you really want, you can move in with them. And I was over the moon. I was ecstatic because I love Brooke. I love her family. And honestly, I consider them family because they were there with me when I found out that my dad passed away. They were there with me afterwards. Like, her mom was amazing, and she was amazing for the age that we were. So, I ended up going to a middle school, which was grade 6 to 8. Yeah, I always saw this guy walking around. I don't know if I want to say his real name, although I highly doubt he'll see this. I'm just going to say his real name, Caleb. I saw this guy walking around, and I was like, this is the cutest guy ever. His name is Caleb. like, oh, he's so tall, he's so gorgeous, like, I love him so much, his hair is so nice, blah, 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 blah. So I thought he was so cool, and I had just started smoking weed at the time, and I remember going to his house to, smoke weed at lunchtime, or it was either at lunchtime or it was after school on the weekend, and I was just over the roof because I was like, this guy is so attractive, he's so cute, he's this, he's that, but he had a girlfriend, and so I was like, you know, I'm not a hoe. You know, months went by, and it was around October, a little bit before Halloween, like way before Halloween actually, and I decided, like, yo, I'm going to post this picture of me in this, it was scandalous for the age that I was, it was a very scandalous outfit. I'm going to post this picture of me in this ladybug outfit, and I'm going to post it to Facebook. And he ended up messaging me, and he was like, oh, I really like ladybugs, and oh, you look so cute, you look so sexy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting here, like, in grade 7, oh, this grade 8 boy, like, oh, he likes me so much, like, oh, I'm going to get an older guy. And then I was like, yo, don't you have a girlfriend? And he was like, no, I don't have a girlfriend. I was like, oh, okay. Like, that's awesome, because I didn't know his girlfriend that well. We weren't friends. Like, I had no affiliation with her at all. So I was like, okay, that's super cool. Like, I really like you. I think you're awesome. And he invited me to go over to his house without anybody. So I went over to his house like a couple times to smoke weed, and I'm like a really awkward person around guys. Went over to his house a couple times, smoked some weed. I was very awkward about it. We would always meet up to hug each other. Like, I'd literally be like, oh, I want to hug you, blah, blah, blah. He'd be like, oh, let's meet up, because he didn't live that far from where me and Brooke lived. And I was like, yeah, and we literally would meet up, and I would hug him, but it wouldn't just be like, oh, hi, like, how are you doing? It's like, oh. And I would stand on my tippy toes. I thought it was the cutest thing ever. I'd be like, oh, hugging this guy for like a minute. And like afterwards, I'd always be like to Brooke, like, oh, do you think he enjoyed that hug? And my friend Brooke would be like, oh, yeah, probably. But in reality, he was probably like, ooh, this bitch. And so, yeah, he invited me over another time, and I went over during lunch. And we smoked. And he leaned over to kiss me, and I'm literally sitting there like, oh my god, this guy's gonna kiss me. I've only kissed my hand before, my arm. Like, I was really fucking dorky, and I would kiss my arm all the time, so I'd be like, oh, this is what a real kiss would be like. So he leans in to kiss me, and I panic. I literally panicked. And I was like, oh, how do I do this? I've never kissed anyone before. Like, I've seen it in the movies. I've seen other friends kiss each other. But I've not kissed a single person in my life. And so he leans in to kiss me, and the whole time I'm like, so he's making out with me, and I'm like, oh my god, like, keeping my eyes open the whole time, staring at him. I was so over the moon. I was like, oh my god, my first kiss. Like, I didn't know that it was weird to stare at somebody when they kiss you. I did not know that at all. I was just like so nervous that I was just like, So I went back to school. And I didn't really tell Brooke, I didn't tell like anyone, but I went up to this guy I was friends with, and I was like, oh, guess what? I was just at Caleb's house, and I kissed him. And he's sitting there, he's like, Caleb has a girlfriend. He's dating, oh fuck, what was her name? He's dating Cheyenne. I was like, no, like, look at it. He told me that he's not dating Cheyenne. And he was like, no, they're dating. I was like, oh my god, please don't tell Cheyenne. Like, I'm so fucking scared right now because she's a bad bitch, and I thought they had broken up. And he's like, nah, girl, I got you. I'm not gonna tell Cheyenne. So I was like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I just dodged a bullet. Like, I'm never gonna talk to this guy again. Lie. I went home. I immediately messaged him after school. And this nigga, you know what he told me? He was like, honestly, I don't want to hang out with you again. You're really weird. I was like, what do you mean I'm weird? Like, you just kissed me. He was like, you kept your eyes open the whole time that we kissed. That's really fucking weird. And I was like, bitch, if you knew my eyes were open, your eyes were open as well. So, what about it? And then I, like, confronted him, like, oh, you have a girlfriend? And he was like, no, I don't have a girlfriend, but I don't want to hang out with you anymore. And I was like, oh. I think I was like 13 or 12. I was super sad about it because I really liked this guy, and he was my first kiss, and he had just told me that I was a weirdo. So word got back to Cheyenne because my friend ended up telling her anyways, and I was petrified because I get a message on Facebook, you kissed my boyfriend. I'm gonna kick your ass next time I see you. You better watch out. You better hide. And I'm sitting there like, oh no, fuck no. Like, I was so fucking shook about it. I was so shook. So I messaged Caleb and I'm like, yo, you are with Cheyenne. Like, she messaged me. And he was like, stop messaging me. You're weird. And like, I am with Cheyenne. And then Cheyenne messaged me like, stop messaging my boyfriend, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh my god, this is like the craziest fucking thing that ever happened. Because literally before I kissed him, I had been talking to him for almost like a month straight on Facebook. And like, we'd hang out and smoke and we'd meet up to do our weird little hug thing. And so I was literally so shook about it. I was like, this girl's gonna kick my ass. Me and Brooke were walking one day. I forget where we were walking and I saw Cheyenne and I was literally like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Like, Cheyenne is gonna come after me, Brooke. She likes you. Like, I'm gonna hide behind you. And Cheyenne just kept walking. And she just kept on walking. And literally, like, before we saw her, I was like practicing punching the wall, practicing punching my pillow, because I was like, if she comes at me, I have to defend myself. Like, she's been in fights, but I've never been in a fight. Like, how am I going to defend myself? When she didn't do anything, I was like, oh. So I literally have been like pissing my pants about this, super scared about this, and literally I got called weird and that my kissing style was weird. It was my first kiss. And this is what happens. Like, she just walks by me, and Brooke was there for me. She was like, you're not weird, like, you're fine, he's weird, he's an asshole. Yeah, it was like the most drama-filled stuff that had ever happened to me at that point, because I had literally dreamed of the day I was gonna kiss someone. I dreamed about it, and when it happened, I didn't do it right, I guess, and I got called a fucking weirdo, and he never wanted to see me again. That is so awkward. But yeah, that is my story. It's literally the smallest story time ever, but I've never done one before, and I couldn't really, like, I was thinking of stories, and a lot of them are, like, super risque, so I was like, you know what, this one's kind of on the mellower side of things, and you know what, I don't still kiss with my eyes open, so if Caleb, you're seeing this, you are missing out. Well, you may not be missing out, I don't know, I've never kissed myself, but you are missing out, Buster. So that's my story time. I think I'm gonna do this. I don't know if I want to do this. So thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you have, like, if you want me to do another story time or you want me to do another video, and if you're just Morgan, leaving a nice comment down below. Hello, have a nice day, I love you. So yeah.